Have you ever been in trouble? God says there's a way of getting out of it, and that same trouble that you can get out of, the very same trouble others will fall into. Proverbs 11 verse 8 says, "The righteous man is rescued from trouble, and it comes on the wicked instead." If you haven't noticed, we live in a troubled world. We see it in the streets, we see it in the cities, we see it in family courts, we see it in road fatality statistics, and we even see it in nature as the elements seem to turn against us with things like elephantitis and Anopheles mosquitoes and cancer and a myriad other diseases. They're a constant threat. There is a constant threat upon your mortality. The recent earthquake in Syria and Turkey destroyed cities and killed over 30,000 people. That's trouble of biblical proportions. Every natural disaster is an expression of a world that is groaning under the weight of its own brokenness. It's looking to be rescued from decay. No matter what contingencies we put in place to tame the earth, potential chaos is ever present. You never know what's around the corner. That's why you need to be righteous, because Proverbs tells us that by doing right, you'll be rescued from trouble. It doesn't say trouble won't come. Even Noah went through 40 days and nights of rain, but it says that the righteous will be rescued from it. That's why the Lord protected Noah and his family, because he was the only righteous man alive. Everybody else drowned, but Noah survived, proving that the Lord rescues the righteous out of trouble. You want to be rescued when you're in trouble, because if you don't get out of it, trouble has a tendency to evolve into worse things, into chaotic things. Trouble becomes chaos when it slips beyond your ability to control the outcomes. Chaos is what you don't understand. Chaos is what it feels like when your life falls apart. And chaos has different depths. Level 1, the surface level chaos, that might be something like your 2-year-old throwing a tantrum in the middle of the shopping center, or you're driving to work and you're going to get there just on time, but suddenly there's an accident ahead of you and there's a traffic jam, and that's kind of like the surface level of chaos, something that you can't easily control. The worst form of chaos is when everything falls apart in your life and you know that it's your fault that it fell apart. If you're honest and do what you can to make amends, in other words, if you repent, then you begin the process whereby the Lord can rescue you out of trouble. On the other hand, if you start to blame others, if you allow anger to fester, and if envy becomes all-consuming, if you're overwhelmed by thoughts of revenge, if you try to make others pay for your problem and extend the circle of evil, then trouble and chaos multiplies in your life. This is the difference between how the righteous and the wicked respond to trouble. The righteous will pray and do what they can to bring trouble to an end and get things back in order. They'll repent. They'll get on their knees. They'll get on their face before God and try to work their lives in such a way that it will come back into order. But the wicked want to make others pay for their trouble. They want their revenge on the world. The righteous are rescued out of trouble, and it comes on the wicked instead. It's the same trouble. One escapes it, the other drowns in it. The same Red Sea that Israel was saved out of drowned Pharaoh. The gallows Haman built to kill Mordecai was the same gallows that hung Haman. Daniel was saved out of the same lion's den that was the death of the princes who conspired to kill Daniel. All of this proves that the same trouble that a righteous man is rescued from comes on the wicked instead. And so, let me implore you that you determine in your life to be righteous, that you determine in your life to get a hold of the righteousness of Christ by receiving his salvation, by acknowledging that he bled for you and that his blood saves you from all your sin. And then also that you turn your life around and head in the right direction. And you'll find that the Lord will rescue you from whatever trouble you happen to be in. God bless you. See you soon.